Stomach cancer kills approximately 10.8 thousand. Stomach cancer is the fifth most common cancer and fifth cancer with highest deaths.
Now let's go over the symptoms of stomach cancer. The first symptom is loss of appetite after making a meal or weight loss in general. Other symptoms include fatigue, nausea, and blood and vomit or stool. Having diabetes, gastrointestinal issues, or a genetic family history of stomach cancer will also put you at risk. Let's also not forget smoking or drug use of any kind. A few things that can increase your risk of stomach cancer include eating pickled or salty foods to an extensive unhealthy point and obesity. Now moving on to prevention. The best way to prevent stomach cancer is to preserve food via refrigeration instead of pickling or salting foods, and to avoid smoked, pickled, or salted meats while eating a diet of fresh fruit.
My name is Gina Strew. I was diagnosed with stomach cancer at the age of 68. Since then, I've underwent chemotherapy, and with a 5-year survival rate at 29.3%, my life is not guaranteed. Please don't ignore the signs of stomach cancer like me. Get tested.
Stomach cancer may be more likely in men than women, but it is still fatal. Call College Prep Cancer Foundation to view our treatment plans or to get tested for stomach cancer. It may just save your life.
Before this infomercial ends, I'm going to talk about how it affects family is when a family member dies. Depending on how old that person is when they die, if it's a close relative that's about the same age, they will get worried on how it affects them as a person, how it affects them when they get older. If they could get it and live or not, we don't know yet, but we will in research. Another way it could affect family is if it's a daughter or son, because it's most like stomach cancer is most likely to happen in men than women, but it's both fatal to both, even though it's rare. It could affect the mother or the father, because if their child dies before them, that's not supposed to happen. So it could happen. So it can make them more sad, I guess. And if they live alone, then they get kind of lonely and depressed, I guess. And I'm gonna go into but I've never heard of anyone die from stomach cancer. I've never known anyone who's been diagnosed with stomach cancer, but I've known someone who was diagnosed with pancreas cancer. She died about a couple of weeks ago, maybe. It started with pancreas cancer, which is I believe the pancreas is in the stomach, but it spread to her spine. Actually, she couldn't walk anymore. Forgot what it's called, but we'll see in the video. Then she went into a coma, and then later on, my dad went up there to visit her, and a couple months after he arrived, she soon died after. And I know it was a Friday. She died on Friday, so not this past Thanksgiving, but the last Thanksgiving from 2017. That was her last Thanksgiving without knowing. And so I've only met her once, and I know from seeing my dad and my mops go through it, I know from experience that it kind of makes everyone different. For a while, my dad came home and he was really sad and kind of off. And then my mom, she was just I know what you've been through, told her name was Janine, but her mom, no, my mom mops told her mom, was I know you've been through, because when she lost her husband, my pops, she's it was so devastating, and when you lose a daughter, it's not the same as losing a husband. So yeah, you're married. That's not you're married to them, and you're with them forever, but they're not they're not from your genetics, blood. So I guess when it's a child, it's more devastating, so it's more hurtful. So when you lose a husband to lose your child, it's more devastating. So I think, so the lesson behind this is you think you understand, like you know how they feel, but you really don't. All you can like say is like, I know I don't understand, but I'm still here for you if you need me. And that's basically all you can do is be there. And like when they're sad, like cheer them up. So I think I've met her once. I met her last year I went up there before Christmas, and after it snowed here, I met her once. And she was really nice. She was a nurse, and she made cookies. Her cookies were good. So I didn't know much, but I just knew I was related to her. Somehow the family tree is kind of confusing there. But I knew it was like, so when she died, it really got to my dad, and then when my family is really emotional, so like when my dad like cries, we all cry. So for that time, it was kind of emotional because everyone was in an emotional mood. We were all kind of calm because we didn't want to like affect anyone's feelings. So we all were quiet for a while. So when someone dies from stomach cancer or any kind of cancer, like ovarian cancer, which is connected to stomach cancer. Because if you get stomach cancer, you could get ovarian cancer, which that means you can't have any kids anymore because it's your ovaries, which that doesn't happen in men because it's ovaries. Ovarian cancer only happens in women, and it's very sad for someone who wants kids because then they know I can't have kids, and it's very devastating for them. But I think any women, even if they don't want to have kids or anything, still having ovarian cancer is pretty sad. And so I wanted to go into ovarian cancer because that kind of ties in with stomach cancer. And I think not many people know about ovarian or stomach cancer, so I wanted to talk about both. And so, because I thought it would be a good topic to talk about. And so, ovarian cancer.
Call for Cancer Foundation is not a real source. No drugs were used in making this video. The symptoms and the risks are real. If you experience these, please do not hesitate to call your doctor. All products that food and motorized vehicles.